Hosted by you/throwaway37387282. I, 36M, have been married to my wife, 36F, for 15 years now. We got married during our senior year of college. Upon graduation, she worked for 3 years to help support our finances while I was in law school. During my last year of law school, my wife got pregnant with our son, Zane, 12M. After his birth and my graduation, I found work at a big firm in NYC. I began making a good six-figure income, and my wife asked if she could become a stay-at-home mom to help raise our son. I agreed and told her I would cover the household finances. We never had any issues with this arrangement. True, I worked long hours, but she understood. The house was always clean, and there was always food ready when I got home. It was a great dynamic. The only issue was that I rarely saw my kid. Zane was usually asleep by the time I got home because I would get home late. Zane and his mom were close because they spent so much time together. Fast forward to 2020, and COVID hit. During COVID, firms, including the one I worked at, moved to remote work. I was happy because I could work from home and spend more time with my wife and kid. Zane loved it. He would bring his Legos and toys into my room, sit on the floor, and play near me. We could talk and have a good time. At first, my wife was happy about it. She liked seeing us together, and she would join us in the room, too. I would do my work, and they would hang around. However, if everything had stayed great, I wouldn't be writing this. It's been 3 years since 2020, and my firm still allows remote work, so I still take advantage of it. Zane still comes in to play on his Switch or iPad and even does his schoolwork in there while I work. My wife doesn't join us anymore, she just sits in the other room watching TV. A few nights ago, I asked her if everything was okay, and she got loud and angry, which she has never done before. She began accusing me of stealing Zane from her. She said it used to be just the two of them laughing and having fun, but now all he wants to do is stay near my office or in my office. I was shocked. I told my wife that he is my kid too and that with me here, we can all spend time together, unlike before when I couldn't. She said I was trying to emotionally steal her son from her. I reminded her again that he is my son too, and I deserve to be around him as much as she does. My wife began crying, packed an overnight bag, and decided to stay with her sister. I was left dumbfounded by how quickly the conversation had gone south. It's been 3 days since she left, and her texts have been dry, basically just asking me to go back to working on-site at my firm. I don't want to do this, as I'd much rather work from home closer to my family. I've spoken with her sister, who says she sees no issue with what I am doing and said she will try to reason with my wife. I told one of my friends, and he asked if it was possible that Zane wasn't my kid and that my wife was feeling guilty seeing us together. I told him that wasn't possible, not only because my wife has never shown any signs of being unfaithful, even while we were dating, but also because we did a paternity test for peace of mind. That was the lawyer part of me. We also have security cameras in and around the house due to 2 security incidents a few years ago. My wife never leaves without texting me, and nothing is off at home. We also share each other's locations on our iPhones, so I doubt there's an affair being covered up. She also still spends a lot of time with Zane and enjoys taking him out when they go somewhere. Zane is wondering where mom is, and I am left really confused. Has anyone ever dealt with something like this before? Any thoughts on what I should do? Update 2 days later. Good update. I went to speak with my wife the night I made this post. I went over to her sister's house to try and understand why she said what she said. Upon seeing me, she immediately began crying and asking me to forgive her, saying she was sorry for what she had said. Apparently, she had talked with her sister, who tried explaining to her that our son was growing up and becoming more independent. The majority of the comments on the original post were right. She had been a stay-at-home mom for the past 12 years, but now that our son was exploring his independence, she didn't know what to do and felt lost. I asked her what caused the big blow-up, and she said that our son had told her he wanted to stop doing their weekly baking Saturdays because he wanted to start watching college football with me instead. His school is also asking them to explore their extracurriculars for next year, and my wife wanted him to do a cooking extracurricular that the school provides. He told her he didn't want to do that and instead wanted to start playing football. Important to note that, in my office where I said my son spends a lot of time, there's a lot of my football memorabilia. I played in high school, as did my brother and my father. I have a few trophies and a state championship ring that Zane likes to hold and look at. No, I didn't play in college, I was a backup on the team. Basically, what did it for her was that Zane started to ignore all the old hobbies they did together and wanted to align himself with my interests. She felt the connection between them weakening. She was in tears the entire time she was speaking. I listened to her and understood where she was coming from. It can't be easy to have your identity attached to one thing and then have that one thing change. I asked her why she was gone for 3 days. She said she didn't mean to be gone for that long, but when her sister mentioned she had put her entire identity into our son, she thought it would be a good idea to be away for a few days to give herself some separation. I told her that he will always be her son and that she will always hold a special place in his heart. No matter how old he gets or how his interests change, he will always need his mom. He's just changing, and part of our job as parents is to embrace that change and support him. She came home with me that night. She hugged Zane and cried, telling him that she was sorry for leaving. I took your advice and suggested family counseling, marriage counseling, or individual therapy. She said she would like to put off the first two for now but did ask for help finding a therapist for herself, so that should help. I suggested she get a job or find something to do so that her entire identity isn't being a mom. She said she doesn't like her college degree, so I told her to go back to school if she wants, and I'll foot the bill. She's planning on attending culinary school and wants to open a YouTube cooking channel, and I told her I'm behind her 100%. She also wanted to start working at her friend's bakery, so she will be starting there next month. I also suggested group family time so that the three of us can do more activities together. I'm also asking Zane if he would want to have designated mom time and designated dad time. He can do activities with his mom, and I can do activities with him. He asked me to help him practice football, so I'm thrilled to do that with him. We also decided that mom and dad need to have their alone time, so Zane is going to get more free time to himself. The past 2 nights have been great, and I'm happy to see my wife happy and back home with us. Thank you guys for all your support and comments. A few answers to questions from the comments last time. 1. Why does my wife have to text me when she is going somewhere? She doesn't. We both text each other out of our free will. This is NYC, and we have both been mugged before. This is a protective measure so we know where the other is in case anything happens. 2. Why did I ask for a paternity test if I knew she didn't cheat? When she gave birth, I was working at a family law clinic during my last year of law school. I had to be around couples who were finding out that their children weren't actually theirs years later or hearing how people didn't truly love their significant others. It made me a bit paranoid, and my wife understood that, which is why she was okay with me requesting one. Was it stupid? In hindsight, yes. If current me were the me back then, he definitely wouldn't have asked for one.